All right, guys. Alex here from the Bears Den Network. Wanted to give my thoughts about the game today, kind of an instant reaction. I think I'm going to start doing this a little bit more after each of the games. Just sitting here watching the late window games coming down to the wire. Desmond Ridder just came in and fumbled the ball. But really wanted to talk about the Bears-Vikings game today. Complete 180 of how I feel after last week. I think I've come to terms with the fact that the season is essentially over. There's 6 games left, and the Bears are 6 games back from Detroit, so essentially out of the running for the NFC North. We obviously knew that wasn't going to happen post, week 5 or 6. And then playoffs, it's possible, but I'm not really going to get my hopes up. The coaching is just not great, and I'll get into that in a second. But it's to me, it's kind of a best case scenario, right? Because this team's not going to win it all this year. Let's be honest. And we saw today, Caleb came in, made the plays necessary. I see a lot of people online giving him a lot of stuff about the sack and the overtime. Yes, that's bad. That's a rookie mistake. Can't be having that with all that time. But that's something that's correctable, right? But for the second week in a row, in the biggest moments, down, he came in and he made the big plays. And he led the team back, and he was able to force overtime. There's been a lot of times where the Bears have had a chance to force overtime or go win the game at the end, and a game-losing interception happens, or a fumble, or a sack, and the clock runs out. So I feel extremely confident moving forward. We have our guy. Caleb Williams is an elite quarterback. A ton of great throws today, and I think Thomas Brown is really enabling him to really kind of bring out that Superman aspect to him that we were so accustomed to seeing at USC. And we're starting to see that a little bit more and more, and the confidence is going up, and he's more and more comfortable with the team and the offense, and he's doing his best. He has to overcome his teammates, the officials, his coaching staff, and the opponent every single week. A lot of drops today. Cole Kmet with some drops, Keenan Allen with a bunch of drops. Just not great, not good enough all the way around, but it's the best case scenario because Caleb Williams proved that he's the guy. He has that it factor. He has that clutch factor. The Bears lose, so it benefits their draft pick. And we're one game closer to Matt Eberflus being fired. Matt Eberflus is the biggest problem with this team. We saw it. They weren't sure if they were going to go for it on the 4th down. They go back and forth. They send Cairo Santos out. No, get off the field. And then the play is late to Caleb Williams, and then they barely get the ball off, and it's not the play that they wanted to run, and it's they don't get any points on that drive. And there's the muffed punt, and there's the blocked field goal again, and there's the strange going for 2 in the 3rd or maybe early 4th quarter. Really piss poor game management. We've seen it all year from Eberflus. We've seen it through Eberflus's entire tenure here in Chicago. So that aspect of it is really frustrating. They keep losing games that they should win, but they beat themselves, and that's who the Bears are, and that's who they've always been, at least throughout my lifetime. And so, best case scenario, Caleb proved he's the guy. Offense showed life, showed hope. Thought he did a great job spreading the ball around and getting everyone involved. Thomas Brown should be the interim coach for the rest of the year. We know that that's not going to be the case because the McCaskies love their tradition of not firing the coach, mid-season. But Caleb proved he's the guy. Full confidence. Anyone blaming Caleb on the loss is insane. He did his best. He's fighting. He has so much to overcome. And I am proud of the team fighting, right? Down, 27-19 with 1:40 left. Very proud of them for forcing overtime, bringing it back, recovering the league's first onside kick of the year. But 4-7 is just not good enough. Matt Eberflus is not the guy. He's way in over his head, and the defense has fallen off over the past few weeks. What was keeping Eberflus employed a month ago was, as Green Bay just scored another touchdown, they're going to win. What was keeping Eberflus employed was the fact that they were losing close games, but they had a rookie quarterback. But at least the defense was playing well. The defense is no longer playing well. It's not good at all. So. And really, that overtime drive really showcased that. That was a masterclass collapse from Matt Eberflus. Essentially playing prevent in overtime when the Vikings just need a field goal to win the game. Gave up a 3rd and 15 on that drive. They gave up a 1st and 15, and they gave up a 1st and 20 on that drive as well. So Just a disaster class from him. But that's what we've expected. So really for the rest of the year, I just want to see Caleb continue to develop. Has a chance to hit 4,000 yards on the season. I think he needs to average 274 yards a game, or maybe 264. So that would be cool. But just want to, see him continue to stay healthy, continue to develop and improve, and then in my eyes, it's a successful season, especially if we get Matt Eberflus out of here after this year. So those are my thoughts in the game. I will see you guys in tomorrow's video, where I fully get into the game and break it down. But appreciate you guys listening, and see you tomorrow.